Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
Whoo! They told us it was coming.
It did. It's here.
It's arrived. Ice, sleet, snow, blowing snow. Good old-fashioned winter storm, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's going to straighten out this week. Going to turn off pretty nice, like about Wednesday, Thursday, right in there. It's going to start warming up. Let's find out from Drew Gaffney what's happening at the Burwell and Broken Bow Livestock Barns.
That sounds good.
Good morning, Drew. How are you doing?
Great, how are you guys?
We're good. Is it snowing where you're at?
It's snowing.
Well, that's
It's a little bit dim.
yeah. Are you guys having power outages?
We are having power outages up here in the city of Linscott.
All right. So we heard there was some on and back off, and we're going to see if we can get a hold of the power company and find out what's going on. But it's kind of fluid, I think. I guess we expect that when we get this kind of heavy ice and so forth.
Yeah, no, everybody just got to be patient because there's not much those guys can do. They're doing their best. We sure appreciate all their hard work.
Yeah, well said. Well, tell us what's going on at the barns. The weather's going to straighten out for you, I think.
Yeah, last week we had 2 big days in Burwell. We had our annual Cow Classic, Holiday Cow Classic. We had weigh-up cows on Wednesday, had bred cows on Thursday. Give you a little recap on what we got done there. On Wednesday, on the weigh-up cows, on the better end of those weigh-up cows, we were looking at anywhere from a range of about 80 up to 91. On the medium-type cows, we had a range of about 72 up to 80. And then them shellier cows and thinner-type cows, we were anywhere from about 45 up to 58. Back there on Thursday, we had a big day. We ran through right at 4,200 head of bred heifers and cows. Demand was very strong. There's a lot of buyers in the seats as well as the internet. And we sent bred cattle to 6 different states. In the red heifer division, in the A-eyed heifers, we had A-eyed heifers ranging anywhere from $1,850 up to $2,450. We had some bull-bred heifers ranging anywhere from $1,775 up to $21.50. And we had some of those later calving heifers, which would be those May calving heifers. They were ranging anywhere from $18.50 up to $18.75. In the cow division, and those good young cows, the second, third, fourth calf cows, we were in a range of anywhere from about $1,850 up to $2,550 on those. And in the solid mouth cow division, we were ranging anywhere from $1,600 up to $2,000 even. And in the broken mouth cows, we were ranging anywhere from $975 up to $1,200. This week, 2 big days again. We got bred cow sale in Broken Bow on Thursday, and as of right now, we are on with that sale. We're going to plan on having that sale. We've got some dispersions there. Got a really nice sets of bred heifers there. Won't go down through the list, too numerous to mention, but a lot of good local cattle, a lot of good quality bred cattle. You can dang sure buy with confidence there at Broken Bow on Thursday. I encourage you to go to the website. We got videos of those cattle up. We got some black cows bred Charolais. That's pretty hard to find. They're on that sale. Just encourage you to go to the website and check out those videos and check out what we got to offer. And on Burwell on Friday, big feeder sale, looking at right at 3,800 head of steers and heifers to walk through the ring. And if you got any questions, give me a call, 308-872-1105.
All right, Drew. Stay warm, and hopefully the lights will come on for you real soon.
You bet. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much. 7:36 is your time, and we'll be getting a hold of Arrow Seed via the telephone this morning, and that should be fun. I think we're going to visit with Jim.
I believe, yeah, that's kind of the word.
All right, so that'll be coming up before we close out this half hour. We've been getting a few call-ins for some planned late openings. A few things are closed. And we want to thank our businesses who are making these reports available to you. They include Fixed Right Auto Body, Taylor Heating and Cooling, Hunter's Towing and Repair, Ansley Lumber in Ansley, America, and Custer Public Power District. And Brent has the details for you.
All right, here's what we've been informed of at this point. Blaine County Courthouse, Brewster, Nebraska, closed today. Bruning State Bank in Broken Bow planning to open at 10 o'clock this morning. Callaway Medical Clinic is closed all day today. Callaway Public Schools closed today, no school or activities. Also, we received word from Thetford they'll have no school for students today. Let's see, some of the other things that we've been informed of. Custer County Courthouse and Judicial Center closed today. Custer Federal State Bank Broken Bow branch planning to open at 10 o'clock this morning. First Interstate Bank in Burwell, Nebraska, planning to open at 10 o'clock this morning. Other announcements within our immediate listening area to let you know about: Myers Iron and Salvage in Broken Bow, also the transfer station, all closed today. Nebraska State Bank, all branches around the area planning to open at 10 o'clock this morning. That's Nebraska State Bank. And we received word a few minutes ago, Pearson Physical Therapy in Broken Bow closed today. Also, the Prairie Pioneer Center in Broken Bow closed today. Also, we do receive information from other communities, like down in the Dawson County area, sometimes around the Ord area. They send us information that gets posted on sandhillsexpress.com. So if you'd like to check out some of those announcements, especially in the Dawson County area, we post all those for you on sandhillsexpress.com. Just go to the weather tab and click on closings.
All right, Brent, thanks a lot. Again, a thank you to Fixed Right Auto Body, Taylor Heating and Cooling, Hunter's Towing and Repair, Ansley Lumber, and Custer Public Power. They bring you these reports both in the winter and in the summer during stormy seasons. We have different kind of storms to deal with. This one happens to be a good old-fashioned 6 to 7 plus inches of snow blowing around out there, and the winds are picking up. Actually, been watching them up to 40 plus miles per hour now, as they predicted. And so we could see another inch to 3 inches of snowfall, depending on which forecast, again, you look at. But an inch or two is probably likely here yet today, along with the wind. So, start cleaning out, but expect that wind to continue to blow throughout the day today, actually.
Yeah, and it certainly creates visibility issues, too, if you have to try to get out and go somewhere.
Yeah.
But if you do, please be very careful.
Brent and I have made our way to the station over the years a few times in these kind of conditions. And I will say that for some reason I'm usually driving, because we used to have the old Jeep we used to bring out here, and we shared a car today because of certain situations. We decided, well, we'll just come out together. And I was starting to wonder, just about halfway out, hitting some of the smaller drifts, just how maybe how we were going to turn out on this deal. But we got here, and then Brent was able to go back in. They cleared the road here just a little bit. It wasn't cleared when we came out. And to take Shelley to her workplace, because it's mandatory she's there for Custer Public Power under these situations.
Right.
So you made it there and back. And
Yes.
there was a few cars stuck downtown. A car is probably not going to do it for you today until they get those streets cleaned up. So if you only have a car, I don't know.
Going to be tough to plow through the snow, especially on these side streets. Yeah.
Something that sits up a ways and is all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive, it's doable, but visibility, keep that in mind. And what's underneath that snow is ice.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, we got that yesterday in the afternoon and such, didn't we?
Yeah, we sure did. And that gives us a chance to just kind of tell you that we're a little bit on eggshells here. Always when we get ice storms, just like with Custer Public Power, it causes problems with tree limbs and power lines. We have all three towers iced up this morning for 96.3 FM, 95.3 FM, and even KCNI 1280 AM is all iced up. It's running a little low on power today. What happens, without getting into too much detail, the more ice that collects on the antennas, the less power output we have. If we try to crank it up, then we'll damage our equipment, and there's safety switches on it that shuts themselves off. So we were able to get KBBN on yesterday evening as it went clear off because of the ice up on the west table, and we're able to kind of delicately bring it back to the air at a lower percentage. So I'm listening to KBBN on our receiver here, and it kind of matches the sound of the snow falling outside. There's a little bit of a hiss there, but hopefully you're getting it. And always remember, if you have electricity and power and you have a computer, your phone, one of the Alexas or Siris or whatever, you can listen to our stations that way as well. Phone is ringing, so we're going to play a little music and see if we can catch up with a latest announcement here for you. So keep it right here to KCNI KBBN.
She ought to be driving something long and black. Oh, I'm asking you, it's brother, do you know her? Pretty little thing riding by in a champagne Corolla. Now I seen you around here just last night. Today she been by maybe 2 or 3 times. Oh, you listen to me, Lord, I done told you. Pretty little thing riding by champagne Corolla. Pass a boy out on the corner, did they know how many of them things you think is out on the road? The one I mean, I say, if you've seen her, you know her. Pretty little thing riding by the champagne Corolla. Say she can run all week on just one thing goes to show you. Maybe baby got a head on shoulders. Oh, but she sure looks sweet driving by in that champagne Corolla. I know every man thinks that he needs some high-tone woman who built the speed. She can't trust a rich girl any further you can throw her. Little middle class queen riding by in a champagne Corolla. Hey!
Steve Earle and Champagne Corolla. All right, we just received a couple calls. Brent has taken one. I'll jump in first here. Taryn from Custer Public Power called to update us, and the crews are either out or on their way out, and they're going to switch some lines around and see if they can get people back up who are without power right now. They're going to do some switching, which they have the ability to do, but they're just getting out now. starting to get light. They'll be able to do some work, hopefully, safely. And they're going to work to get the substations, Anselmo substation, Safranic substation, Gates substation, Myrna, and the Anderson substation all going to be worked on, and they're going to be doing some switching and see if they can get those all up and going for you. So they want you to know that they're working on it, Custer Public Power. The phone line is really busy, but they urge you to go ahead if you need to get through and let them know about a power outage. They don't mind if they get duplicates. They don't mind that at all, but it does get kind of clogged up. The number to call is 888-749-2453. 888-749-2453 is the number to call if you're without power and served by Custer Public Power. They don't mind at all, but you'll have to be patient getting in. And again, they're going to be working on the Anselmo, Safranic, Gates, Myrna, and Anderson substations, doing some switching around, see if they can get everybody up and going. And they did have an event overnight where, don't know what happened, but it knocked a pretty good chunk of service out for a while. And I imagine they were working on that as best they could. So they're out there, they're working, they always do.
Yep, right.
And they'll do their very best to get you up and going. And as Drew said, just be patient. The guys will get it done. If they can get it done and not have any safety issues, that's the way it should be.
Absolutely. So. Yep. Also took a phone call to add to our weather announcement list. Broken Bow Chiropractic will be closed today. And we'll try to run down all of the announcements that we have up to this point for you once we get into the 8 o'clock hour.
All right. Let's see here. We're going to just pass by the game today, okay. But we do want you to know that when Tumbleweed Cafe gets opened up, we don't know whether they're open up now or later, but when you see the lights on and a couple of cars there, that means you can go in and have breakfast.
Yeah.
Eggs over easy with bacon, some wheat toast.
I like the way you think. I like eggs over easy, bacon and toast.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dip that. You use white bread. I like the wheat.
Actually, I'll be honest with you, Dave. You'd be proud of me.
You're going wheat?
I have switched to wheat bread. You won't find a lot of white bread in the house, which has been very difficult for me to switch, but I have, and it's probably a good change.
Probably so. You grew up eating white, I understand. Wheat might be better for you at this point in your life.
That's what my mom and dad tell me. So you always go with what mom and dad say.
That's right. Well, Tumbleweed Cafe has wheat, they have white, they have buns to go along with your dinner rolls, to go along with your meals. They're specials every day, and they'll just take care of you. When you walk in the door, sit down, have a cup of coffee, maybe a little dessert after the main meal. It's all right there at the Tumbleweed. If you want to have any meetings in their business room, do so. They'd love to have you. We're going to have a big party out there when we have our big giveaway for the country concert coming up. So who's the guy again?
Blake Shelton, I believe.
Shelton. Yeah, that's the guy.
One of Dave's favorites.
Yeah. So we are going to see if we can get hooked up with Earl C. Did you have any others?
No, that was the only new one we had, Dave, was Broken Bow Chiropractic being closed, and then we'll run them down during the 8 o'clock news block.
All right. So we'll hear from Tumbleweed and Palmer Monument. Here we go.
There are many good reasons to pre-select your family memorial. During the months of January and February, Palmer Monument Company is giving you one more good reason: their annual winter sale. Come and see them today with the coupon from the newspaper and receive additional savings off their already reduced prices.
Hi, this is Chris Smith with the Palmer Monument Company. It's our goal to assist you in selecting the memorial that best fits your family needs. And with our sale, we'll save you money too.
During the annual winter sale at Palmer Monument Company in Lexington and Broken Bow.
Make us part of your morning routine.
Just really great music, and you guys are fun and active and lively and just a good station.
Central Nebraska wakes up with Dave and Brent on The Breakfast Show.
10 minutes before the hour. Well, one commercial doesn't play and it can really mess you up.
Been there many times.
It's hard to explain, but anyway, so we're just going to go live then on the phone here.
Oh, okay.
That's what we'll do. See if we can get a hold of Jim.
Yeah.
Arrowseed. Or Deb.
I was told it's going to be Jim.
Okay.
Good morning, this is Jim.
Hey.
Hi, Jim. It's Brent and Dave on The Breakfast Show. How you doing?
Well, I'm good, guys. How are you?
We're doing well. Apologize. We didn't get you called ahead of time to, tell you we'll be with you in 30 seconds. So we're just telling you we're on the air now. How's that work?
Well, I'm glad I didn't say anything I shouldn't.
Yeah. That's okay, Jim. Dave and I wish that we wouldn't say some of the things we say, but we say them anyway, so you're okay.
Well, I have a question. Oh, Jim, I was wondering, I know that we've been kind of asking for some moisture. We've been asking for some snow, and this mixed moisture we got before this snow, it was actually puddling up. I mean, we looked out in the backyard down by the rye patch that we planted using, of course, Arrowseed seeds. Yeah. And in the low spot there was water sitting there.
I don't doubt that.
Yeah. So are we getting any water into the ground, do you think?
I sure hope so, Dave.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell. When the ground's frozen, it probably doesn't get in there as good as it could if it was thawed out a little bit.
Yeah. But the snow cover, I know last year we've talked with Logan a lot about what the pastures looked like last spring after not having that snow cover. So that's a good thing, I would think.
Yeah, well, the moisture's going to be good for the pastures, whether it's snow or the rain we had before or the rain we had a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's all going to help.
You bet.
There's no doubt about that, and we're really thankful for that. That was one of the things I wanted to talk about actually today.
Well, good.
Grass seed supplies are in much better shape than they were a year ago, and prices have come down anywhere from 10% to 40% on some of the grass species that we carry. So if there are some thin pastures out there, or if you need to do some pasture work, it's not going to cost quite as much as it did last year. And that's a good thing.
Yes, it is.
Yep. Yeah, the icing, actually, I hadn't thought about that much, Dave, but that could cause some problems, especially like on alfalfa. It seems to be a little more sensitive to ice damage than most of our grasses. I'm not quite sure why that is, but if you have a layer of ice on top of alfalfa for too long, it can cause some problems. So we'll hope that things thaw out quick enough that we don't see any, and it's usually pretty localized, just in low spots and things like that. Hopefully we won't see any damage.
Yeah, we hope so. I would note that I was a little surprised. Came out here yesterday evening when it was really just ice yet, and it was almost it wasn't really frozen that hard. I mean, it had so much moisture in it. It was all slushy out on the highway. So I'm hoping, like what you're saying here, is that the ice will break down pretty quick.
Yep. Well, and the ice that we got, like you said, it was kind of slushy, and there was sweet pellets in there, and so it wasn't just slick, uniform, hard ice.
Right.
And that'll help. It makes it a little more permeable, so that oxygen can get through it a little better, and that'll help.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll just kind of have to wait and see, really.
Yeah. Well, one thing's for sure, the moisture's good. You're working on having a good supply of seed going into this spring, I'm sure. And as you said, maybe in some cases it'll cost a little less this year than it did last, which, all things considered, that's really good news.
Isn't it, though?
Yeah.
Our grass seeds are going to be a little bit less expensive. Most of our alfalfas are down slightly in price. Again, the supply is really good, and so that's helped us drop that price just a little bit. Summer annual forages are about the same price. We haven't really seen
their supply isn't really that great. It's not bad, but it's not that great. So those prices have kind of held in there. But like I said, we have a pretty good supply. We have early order price for summer annual forages for cane seed that are good through February 10th. And if you want to save even a little bit more, you can prepay for some summer annual forages by January 10th and save another 5%. So in the next week or so, come on in, save a little bit of money, and get your cane booked.
Okay. I know that you got it. Not only do you have it booked, and that you don't have to worry about doing it later, and you have it all locked in.
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Get it booked, and we will have it for you.
All right. Go ahead.
Yeah, I also wanted to talk a little bit about fencing. Logan's got the shelf stocked pretty good, especially on all the usual stuff, the insulators and crimps and fence, energizers and all that kind of stuff. There might be a few odds and ends that he's kind of light on, but usually the more unique or maybe not everyday kind of use things. But all in all, pretty good supply of fence stock. And then also one thing we do move a fair amount of are the Marico water tanks. And I'm not an expert on those. I just encourage anybody that's looking for a stock tank to stop by and talk to Logan. We've got, I think there's 4 or 5 different models of those tanks. They're very efficient. I know they can save a lot of water and energy, and kind of keep around the tanks from getting muddy like you usually see around the tank. So stop in and ask Logan about a Marico tank if you're interested.
Okay. All right. So what about us folks who struggle with our yards? We're yard strugglers, Jim. And for folks out there who don't have, the sprinkler systems, it's a little harder to keep that yard looking good, especially the way it's been the last summer for sure, and even the summer before. We got a little moisture now to work with. What do we need to be doing this spring with our yards?
Well, the main thing is to get a crabgrass prevention applied in sometime in mid-April.
Okay.
And at least keep those weeds in check. You won't probably, especially if you probably won't eliminate them all, but you'll sure make a big dent. And that'll just make the lawn look better for the whole year, really.
Sure.
That's probably the key application for a non-irrigated lawn. Okay. Important for irrigated lawn.
Yeah, for that matter, yeah. Well, before we let you go, first, if there's anything else you want to mention, please do. And then, of course, I assume you have a joke of some kind to tell us.
Yeah, I wish I did. Bring it. Brent, have you got a joke this morning?
Me? No, I don't. I wasn't prepared, Jim. I'm sorry.
I think the joke's on all of us, Jim, when we look outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Jim.
Go ahead.
Before we let you go, I did want to add, we have had some businesses calling in, changing their hours or even closing because of the weather conditions. What about AeroSeed? Are you going to go as planned today?
No, I'll get there as soon as I can.
Okay.
And I'll probably be the only one there for a good share of the day, but I'll be there and have the front door open.
Okay.
All right.
It might be an hour before I get down there, but we'll plan to be open. I do have one thing quick to talk about. I wanted to do a little bird seed promotion.
Oh,
kind of
sure.
A fun one.
You bet.
What I'd like to offer our customers is to save some money on black oil sunflowers, bring in pictures of the birds at your bird feeder, and for each species that you can identify in the picture, we're going to give you 5% off of black oil sunflowers, whether it's in a 25-pound bag, a 50-pound bag, or if you just want 5 or 10 pounds. A good example, so I've got a couple little feeders in our backyard, and I counted 7 different species yesterday. I had cardinals, blue jay, I had dark-eyed juncos, a downy woodpecker, some mourning doves, yellow finches, and house finches.
My goodness.
I would have saved 35% at Arrow Seed on my black oil sunflowers if I would have been able to get pictures of all of them that I could identify.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Bring them in, take some pictures, bring them in, and we'll have fun with it.
All right.
I also want to thank you guys for all you do for the community, and days like this, you get up and you get out there and you keep us informed, and I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. We appreciate it. Partnership with Arrow Seed and this radio station goes back to the beginning of this radio station. So we love working with you as business partners and appreciate those comments.
You bet.
All right.
You bet. Thank you.
Have the best day you can. All right. Jim Girardin with Arrow Seed. He'll be there in an hour or so and probably be the only one there for most of the day, but they will be open later on. Good question. Yeah. We'll take a news break.
Listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KPBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin is in critical condition after collapsing from a cardiac arrest last night. Bills fan Bruce Sharp was at the game.
Everything got dead silent. Even the Bengals fans, you don't want to see anything like that.
Bills and Bengals players took a knee as medics performed CPR. People in Northern California are trying to recover from record floods ahead of more storms this weekend. KPIX TV's Devin Feely.
Floodwaters had swept through the Paradise Park community.
Water up to the front of our home.
Sending a torrent of muddy water through Kirk Stanglin's garage and out into the street.
Kevin McCarthy is fighting for votes today as Republicans get set to choose a new House Speaker. Here's CBS's Skyler Henry.
Incoming House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries, who described the situation on the Republican side as chaos when asked by CBS News, would not commit to working with centrist Republicans to get McCarthy the extra votes he may need.
CBS News Brief, I'm Monica Ricks.
In Nebraska news, flush state coffers have Nebraska policymakers dreaming big about politically popular tax cuts and infrastructure projects during the new legislative session. Fiscal estimates show projected state revenues topping estimated expenses by $1.9 billion for the 2 budget years ending June 30th, 2025. That's even after accounting for spending increases and the required 3% budget cushion. In addition, Nebraska's cash reserve fund is expected to reach $2.3 billion, equal to a whopping 35.7% of state tax revenues for the biennium. According to State Senator Tom Breeze of Albion, quote, "We have an unprecedented amount of money available, and that leads to an unprecedented opportunity. But figuring out what to do with that opportunity could split lawmakers and potentially put them at odds with Governor-elect Jim Pillen. Battles loom over whether to focus on property tax relief or income tax cuts, revamp school aid to help property taxpayers, put money into projects like roads and broadband, shore up safety net programs, or keep a healthy reserve to help with future economic woes." Even a newly elected State Senator Brian Hardin of Gering said he knows the choices will be difficult. Some level of tax cuts is practically assured given their political popularity and the amount of money available. Pillen has made tax cuts his top priority. And that's Nebraska News.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
In the NFL, Monday Night Football between the Bengals and Bills in Cincinnati ended up being postponed in the first quarter after a scary incident involving Bills defensive back Damar Hamlin, who collapsed on the field after receiving a blow to the chest while making a tackle. According to the Bills, he suffered a cardiac arrest, was given CPR. His heartbeat was restored. He was then transported off the field by an ambulance to the University of Cincinnati Medical Center, where he's currently listed in critical condition. As for the game, no word on if or when it will be resumed. The Bengals were leading 7-3 in the first quarter when it was halted. College football at the Rose Bowl, Penn State beat Utah 35-21. In the Citrus Bowl, LSU all over Purdue 63-7. Cotton Bowl, Tulane rallies to beat USC 46-45. In the ReliaQuest Bowl, Mississippi State down Illinois 19-10. In the NBA, Donovan Mitchell of the Cavaliers, a franchise record 71 points in a 145-134 overtime win over the Bulls.
Here's your weatherology forecast. A winter storm warning is currently in effect until early this afternoon. Snow showers likely today, staying cloudy with our high nearing 29. North winds between 20 and 25 and gusting as high as 40. Some blowing snow possible early tonight, then mostly cloudy with a low around 17. Northwest winds still between 15 and 20 and gusting as high as 30. Mostly cloudy throughout Wednesday with a high of 29. Northwest winds still gusting as high as 30. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Kara Foster.
Paid for by government.com.
Did you hear? A recent stash of $10 Gold Liberty coins from the 1800s has been found. These gorgeous gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck in the late 1800s, and less than 50 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this gold find an incredible opportunity.
Call 1-800-935-7267
and you are guaranteed a $10 Gold Liberty coin minted by the U.S. Mint in the 1800s. But with extremely limited availability, you must call now. These Gold Liberty coins from the 1800s are still in uncirculated condition. That is history you can hold in your hand.
To learn more, call 1-800-935-7267.
Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $40 value, free with every order.
Call 1-800-935-7267 now
to secure your $10 Gold Liberty coins dated from the 1800s before they sell out.
That's 1-800-935-7267.
Currently 24 under a cloudy sky, snow and blowing snow this morning. Winds out of the north at 30 to 40 miles per hour currently. Barometric pressure has leveled off at 29.65, humidity at 94%. Again, our high yesterday was 32, but that was at about this time yesterday, and then we leveled off about 30 throughout the day, 29 at 5 o'clock, and then all the way down to 24 just before 7 o'clock this morning and holding at 24. So colder now, as they predicted, as that air changes as this system moves through. Sunset today at 5:21, sunrise tomorrow morning at 8:05. At 7 o'clock, we measured 92 hundredths precipitation. I'm going to be honest with you folks out there. Measuring this sort of precipitation with ice sticking to the side of the cylinder or inside of the cylinder, I actually think we got more than 92 hundredths is what I'm trying to say here. I wouldn't be surprised if we have an inch 20 precipitation out of this very wet snow that we've gotten and ice ahead of that, but that's all we could measure. The airport had 70 hundredths precipitation as of 7 o'clock this morning. But again, a side wind and with freezing moisture, it doesn't always get into the container. And if you look around, especially yesterday before it snowed, there was quite a bit of water sitting around. So we're going to hold at 92 hundredths. That's the official amount, but deep inside our hearts, we think it's more than that. But
yes.
We can't tell you, we can't embellish on that. But it's pretty wet snow out there, and it's going to be a little hard to push around. So be careful as you're moving that. And you might just wait till the wind goes down a little bit to get too ambitious, because you'll be doing it again. Probably about 7 inches is what we were measuring up this morning, 6 to 7 inches of snow. That was at 5 o'clock this morning. So I got 6 more often than 7, but let's just say 6 to 7.
That sounds like it'll work for me.
Okay, with the chance of a few more inches according to the forecast. Again, if you're just tuning in, and we know that there's some power outages out there, and Taryn called in from Custer Public Power and updated us and said if you follow Facebook, she'll be updating that now that she's up and going, and they have had outages at the Safranic, Gates, Myrna, Anderson, and Anselmo substations. So those folks served by those substations have been without power. The crews were heading out and getting ready to maneuver their equipment through the snow. So they're working on it, and the telephone lines will be busy, but try again to report your outages at 1-888-749-2453. 888-749-2453.
All right. Okay, let's hit the refresh button, and let's take a look at the weather-related announcements that we've been informed of to this point. We're going to give you the announcements for our immediate listening area. Blaine County Courthouse Brewster closed today. Just received word from the Broken Bow Chamber office. They plan to try to open at around 10 o'clock this morning. So Broken Bow Chamber office hoping to open at around 10 o'clock today. Broken Bow Chiropractic is closed today. Bruning State Bank Broken Bow branch opening at 10 a.m. Callaway Hospital Public Transit Service, no vans running today. The note says office open, but no vans running for Callaway Hospital Public Transit Service today. Callaway Medical Clinic is closed today. A lot of our area schools weren't planning to have school today anyway, so that's good. But there were a couple. Callaway was one. Callaway Public Schools is now closed today, so no school or activities for Callaway Public Schools. Also, we're told that there will be no school for students at Thetford Public School today either. Some other announcements that we have been informed of: Custer County Courthouse and the Judicial Center both closed today. Custer Federal State Bank Broken Bow branch planning to open at 10 o'clock this morning. First Interstate Bank Callaway branch hoping to open at 10 a.m. today. Also, First Interstate Bank Burwell branch planning to open at 10 a.m. First Interstate Bank Broken Bow planning to open at 10 o'clock this morning. Let's see, other announcements that have come our way: Myers Iron and Salvage and the transfer station all closed today here in Broken Bow. Nebraska State Bank, all of their branches around the area planning to open at 10 a.m. today. That's Nebraska State Bank. Pearson Physical Therapy in Broken Bow closed today. Prairie Eye Care Center in Broken Bow closed. And the Prairie Pioneer Center in Broken Bow is closed today as well. Also, we do have a few businesses and organizations that post on our website, especially from the Dawson County area, communities like Gothenburg, Cozad, Lexington. To check out those announcements, if you wish, please go to sandhillsexpress.com, click on the weather tab, go to closings, and you'll see some more information regarding especially that area here today.
And this on our chat box this morning, excuse me, the Hairtique Salon will be closed today. Rochelle just posted that. She says hi once in a while, and so she just went ahead and said the Hairtique Salon in Broken Bow will be closed today. More right after these messages. Well, how about a little Eagles first?
Yay!
The Long Run on The Breakfast Show.
In the morning, you are awakened by the twitter of a little bird.
Now it's Dave and Brent.
I knew there was a reason I got out of bed this morning.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show on KCNI KBBN.
8:18 is your time. Brent and Dave with you here on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Appreciate your listenership. Again, if we're a little scratchy this morning, that is due to the ice on all 3 of our broadcast towers today. We're just feeling pretty lucky that they're staying on.
Yeah.
Now, the good old AM, it's hard to knock old 1280 off. It's good old AM tower out here. It can hold a lot of ice, and it cuts down our power a little bit. FM is much more susceptible to ice.
Yeah.
And so, actually, 96.3 FM is doing really well, but it's not as high up as KBBN up on the West Table. So we're a little scratchy, but we're here, and we're glad that you're with us here this morning. We appreciate it very much. And, you know, I could tell you, I'll just tell you the truth. I'm afraid to turn it up.
Oh, yeah.
Because it might go off.
Yeah, we don't want that.
And then you have to kind of finesse it back on again. That wouldn't work too good this morning.
Yeah.
So we'll get to it. But I thank Val Lane, our engineer, for making the equipment available that you can actually manually turn down the transmitter from a telephone. Because before, for years, we couldn't do that, and you had to drive up there and get in.
Good luck getting up there right now.
Yeah, get inside the transmitter and get your little screwdriver out and turn it down.
Oh, man.
And then you had to get, back off the table, and to be able to do that remotely. Thank you, Val. I know you're not listening, but thank you. Appreciate it very much. He's a great engineer and a great guy. All right. We do want to let you know that Kristen just arrived. Now, she drove in a 4-wheel drive pickup and said, please tell people with cars that they're going to have troubles. Because the cars are not getting around very well out there. Too low to the ground, 7 inches or more of snow underneath your car, wet, hard to pull through. Front-wheel drive is great until it breaks loose, then you go nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you have a car, well, we would recommend you get a ride if you need to get somewhere with somebody with a 4-wheel drive pickup, because there's cars stuck here and there in downtown, and Kristen said there was even a snowplow off the road. And once you get into that soft moisture underneath that snow, you might have some problems.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, I think a good thing, if you don't absolutely have to go out right now, just don't.
Yeah.
It just would make it easier probably for everybody.
Definitely. So. And I don't know, Grant, our news guy, if he's listening, but Grant, don't try to bring your car.
Yeah.
It sits way low to the ground. We'll come get you, Grant, a little bit later.
Yeah.
Jeremy's digging his way out. He called this morning. So, yeah. If you got a low vehicle and it's not 4-wheel drive, get a ride or call it, safe.
Yep.
All right. What do we need to do? Anything here?
Well, I don't know. I think business-wise, we're pretty good. We do have a few live reads. We'll just go to a couple of them right now here for you. These are job opportunities through Central Nebraska Community Action Partnership. They are still looking for a WIC RN coordinator. Now, this would be based in Loop City, Nebraska. It is a full-time position with starting wage yearly. It would be between $45,000 and $50,000, depending on your qualifications. Great benefits, of course, with this position as well. To fill the position, you need to be a registered nurse or registered dietitian. Also looking for someone with previous supervisory experience. With this position, you would be complying with state and federal WIC and immunization program guidelines and coordinating clinic sites while providing immunization screening assistance. If you'd like more information on the position, contact CNCAP at 308-745-0780. The extension is 0. Also, they are still looking for someone to fill their infant toddler teacher center specialist position. Now, this is a 40-hour per week year-round position in Broken Bow. Starting wage is hourly between $19 and $21 per hour, depending on qualifications. They are looking for someone with a child development associate certificate, an associate's or bachelor's degree in early childhood education, and would prefer experience working with infants and toddlers, income qualifying families, and past supervisory experience. Again, for more information on the position, contact CNCAP Human Resource Department at 308-745-0780. Extension is 0. Or for either of these positions, you can go to their website and apply online. The website is centralnebraskacap.com.
All right, Brent, thank you so much. I was just thinking of Liana at Nebraska Owners Insurance and Tina.
Yeah.
Chip. You know, Liana probably.
Yeah.
In Callaway.
Yes.
If she's still in Callaway, she is so hot.
Oh.
She could melt the entire Main Street down to dry pavement.
Okay.
So, Liana, if you're listening, just get out there and walk up and down the street and melt that snow.
I assume that's Dave's lead-in to Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency. Yes.
She hates me.
Yes, she does. Appointments with Liana can be made at the offices in Broken Bow, Callaway, or anywhere else that's convenient. You can give her a call at 308-836-2201. I know that we're still in that window for, I think, when it comes to personal insurance and things and getting that set up for the year. So if you have questions on that, please contact Liana. She'll have the answers. Her number, 836-2201. Stop in at the Broken Bow office and meet with Tina. First of the year is a great time to see if your insurance is the most affordable with the comprehensive coverage that you need. So many weather claims this past summer, some companies are increasing deductibles, so don't be caught surprised when you have a claim. Call Chip in Callaway or Tina in Broken Bow for your home, auto, farm, commercial insurance needs.
A happy birthday goes out to Roger Carroll.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Roger, I can remember the day that Roger would be out ice fishing on a day like this.
Yeah?
Would not bother him at all. Now, I don't know. I haven't been ice fishing lately, and I don't know whether Roger's been. But when I think of Roger, I think of he and his family out there drilling holes in the ice. Happy birthday, Roger Carroll.
I always think of Roger when it comes to driving the bus.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think he actually took a busload of kids every once in a while to go ice fishing.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
All right, there you
go.
go.
School. I do think he did that. So happy birthday, Roger. Real quick timeout. We'll be back.
Hello, I'm Chris Smith of the Palmer Monument Company. There are many good reasons to pre-select your family memorial. During the months of January and February, we are giving you one more reason, our annual winter sale. Come and see us today, and when you bring the coupon from the newspaper, receive additional savings off our already reduced prices. Our goal is to assist you in selecting the memorial that best fits your family needs, and will save you money too, during the annual winter sale at Palmer Monument Company of Broken Bow in Lexington.
When you need to gear up for your sports endeavors, go to the place that has it right in their name. Geared for Sports in Broken Bow. They can get you ready for the field, court, track, mat, diamond, whatever. Shop their wide selection of items, and if they don't have what you need, talk to Scott to see if he can get it for you. Sports gear, athletic wear, footwear, and everything in between as at Geared for Sports, located on the west side of the square in Broken Bow.
8:26 is your time. It is 24 degrees outside. Snow and blowing snow on this Tuesday morning, third day of January 2023. I've been watching Custer Public Power's messages, and they, again, want you to know that crews are headed out, and maneuvering their equipment through the snow to get to the Safranic, Gates, Myrna, Anderson, and Anselmo substations because they're not providing power. And they know that, and they're on their way to fix things. We're going to switch some lines around so they can get everybody up going as best they can until they get the repairs made. So the telephone lines will be busy, but they ask you to try again, be patient. They don't mind getting duplicate calls for the same area. Might be somebody in a different situation. So 1-888-749-2453, 888-749-2453. You can go ahead and call in if you haven't. And, of course, if you have Just be patient.
Yeah.
Don't need to call them again once they've got your meter number, and have that meter number handy. That helps them as well.
There you go.
And I know now that your wife is a member of the Custer Public Power staff, she probably likes it when people have their meter number ready.
I'm guessing. Yes, I'm guessing. That would be correct. Let's see. Let's hit the refresh button and keep you updated on these announcements that we have coming in. American Family Insurance planning to open at 10 a.m. today in Broken Bow. American Family Insurance, Broken Bow, planning to open at 10 a.m. today. Blaine County Courthouse in Brewster closed for today. Broken Bow Chamber Office planning to open around 10 or so this morning. Broken Bow Chiropractic is closed today. Bruning State Bank in Broken Bow planning to open at 10. Callaway Hospital Public Transit Service, no vans running today. The note says office open, but no vans running for Callaway Hospital Public Transit Service. Callaway Medical Clinic is closed today. A lot of our area schools were not planning to have school today anyway, but we did have a couple. Callaway Public Schools closed today now. No school or activities for Callaway Public Schools, and no school for students at Thetford today. Other announcements, City of Broken Bow planning to get offices opened at 10 o'clock this morning for the City of Broken Bow. Costa's Styling Salon, Broken Bow, now closed for today. Let's see, some other announcements for the immediate listening area. Custer County Courthouse and Judicial Center both closed today. Custer Federal State Bank Broken Bow branch planning to open at 10 o'clock this morning. Edward Jones office in Broken Bow planning to open at 10 o'clock today. First Interstate Bank Burwell, First Interstate Bank Broken Bow, Ord, and Callaway. All of those branches of First Interstate Bank planning to open at 10 o'clock this morning. Let's see, the Hertique in Broken Bow closed for today. Other announcements that we have to pass your way, Loop Basin Public Health Department, Burwell, Nebraska. Shot clinic rescheduled now to Thursday, January 5th. Appointment will be called. If you have problems, call 308-346-5795. Myers Iron and Salvage and the transfer station in Broken Bow all closed today. Nebraska State Bank, all of their branches in the area planning to open at 10 o'clock this morning. Pearson Physical Therapy Broken Bow closed today. Prairie Eye Care Center in Broken Bow closed. Prairie Pioneer Center Broken Bow closed. And the Exchange 2 in Broken Bow now closed for today.
Thank you, Brent. This just in, the power is back on at all substations.
Oh, great.
Custer Public Power has managed to switch things around so all substations that we've been mentioning are working. Now, if you don't have power and you know that you're under service of those substations, which include the Anselmo, Safranic, Gates, Myrna, and Anderson substations, those are all back on. And if you're still without power and being served by those, call the number again and let them know. They'll need to know that you don't have power. 888-749-2453. 888-749-2453. But good news.
Yes, very good news.
We'll be back with more right after these words.
There's a difference between treating the pain and treating the problem. At Pearson Physical Therapy, we strive to not only reduce your pain, but actually treat the underlying cause so that you remain pain-free, even after you finish physical therapy. If you're frustrated by pain that keeps coming back, Pearson Physical Therapy can give you the tools that will keep you moving pain-free. Call Pearson's in Broken Bow at 308-872-5800 or check us out on the web at pearsonpt.com. Get the treatment you need and the care you deserve at Pearson Physical Therapy.
Don't let pain get you down in the new year. Visit Varney Health Mart in Broken Bow. Arthritis Pain Topical Gel is $8.99. And Asper Cream Max Strength and Ice Hot Max are marked at $8.99 as well. 100-count extra strength pain reliever caplets are $9.99. Or pick up low-dose aspirin in a 300-count for $3.99. Varney Health Mart looks forward to being assistance to you in the new year. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
More good times are coming to The Breakfast Show, and someone will come away a winner. Starting January 11th, we'll take 3 calls a day to register for 2 second-row floor tickets for the Blake Shelton concert in Lincoln.
Hey, y'all, this is Blake Shelton. The devil went down to Georgia, but he didn't stick around. This is God's country.
The winner will also get a $250 gift card to spend as they please. Keep listening to KCNI KBBN and get ready to play a fun game starting January 11th on The Breakfast Show.
When I die, I want to come back as a country boy. No, there ain't no better life if you ask me.
Win Blake Shelton tickets on The Breakfast Show starting January 11th.
Am I eligible?
No, you're not,
Rats.
but you're going to participate in the contest.
Okay, yeah. Is anybody going to tell me what I'm doing?
Well, I think it's a secret.
Yeah. Of course, I took some time off last week, and I think we were talking about this yesterday when you and I were on together. But I don't really listen much, obviously, when you're on vacation, taking some time off. But if you're still in the area, it seems like my name keeps coming up when I'm not here personally. And people were telling me apparently I'm instrumental.
You are.
In the Blake Shelton promotion, and I'm like, well, that's news to me.
Yeah, you're it, man.
Okay. Is anybody going to tell me what I'm going to be doing or what?
Well,
or is the prize, because there's 2 tickets, is the prize you get to go with Brent to Blake Shelton?
No.
Oh, rats. Okay.
Sorry, you're just the tool. You're the tool.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Brent's the tool for the giveaway. That's going to be fun.
It will be fun. And what a great prize, man. I mean, 2 tickets, but on the floor, second row, from the stage, I guess, right?
Yeah.
That's amazing. That'd be awesome.
$250 to spend how you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a great contest, and we're going to have a big drawing at the end out of the Tumbleweed.
Cool.
Yeah, we're going to have a breakfast buffet, bacon, eggs.
All right.
Yeah.
Please tell me I get to go to that.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, good.
Yeah. You'll probably have to perform there, too.
Perform?
Yeah.
Oh. Well,
hint.
Wonderful.
All the power is back on. I want to make sure everybody knows this. All customers at the Safranic are served by the Safranic, Gates, Myrna, Anderson, and Anselmo stations should have power. If you do not, please call 1-888-749-2453 to report your outage. And have that meter number ready, if you would, please. And let's see, what else do we have here? Well, we're pretty well caught up, which is good. It's been, by the way, you coming out today, it's been great. I appreciate it.
Oh, happy to do it. I'm glad that we live so close together, Dave. It was great helping my neighbor today.
Although I will say, I don't know if you know this. I did have to scoop a little while before you came over to get the car out on the street.
Oh, did you?
I don't know if I had to.
About that.
I don't know if I had to, but it kind of drifted in behind, and I thought, well, if I don't get a good start out to the street, we aren't going anywhere.
Yeah.
And it was, if anybody out there is feeding cattle or doing, outside work, you get wet in a hurry.
Oh, yeah.
That snow was coming down pretty good this morning and still been blowing around and gust up to 40 miles an hour. So it's kind of dangerous out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, be very careful.
All right. Power restored. We got that.
Good.
Anything you want to mention?
I don't think so. Okay. I think we'll wait till we get to 9 o'clock and then refresh the announcements for you. But I think it is good. I think many of you know this by now. But when the announcements come in, they get posted as we receive them on sandhillsexpress.com. So you can keep track of it as they come in that way. As far as on the air, we'll do another update for you at 9 o'clock. And then when we conclude the breakfast show, we usually give you updates on the radio every hour with the announcements. But if you want to keep track of them as they come in, you can check out sandhillsexpress.com.
Thank you, Brent. We have another birthday in.
Oh, is it a celebrity birthday?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Yes, Mr. Stidham.
Louis.
You can call him Louis. I have to call him Mr. Stidham because he was my math teacher, and you know how that goes.
Uh-huh.
So let's just think back. Mr. Stidham is celebrating a pretty big birthday.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if he'll mind. I don't think he would mind if we said he's a young 85.
That's great.
And it's his birthday today.
Happy birthday.
And Mr. Stidham, when you were teaching math, later on principal, but especially back when you were teaching math during the time that you were having to take care of us unruly kids back in the 60s, you probably had to be, the chaperone of dances.
I bet he did chaperone his fair share.
In the gym. And they'd have a sock hop. And then all of a sudden come the garage bands. And I'm guessing Mr. Stidham probably would have preferred that they used the record player for the dance. But there was the revolution of garage bands at that time, and Mr. Stidham probably had to deal with this particular song. Happy birthday, Mr. Stidham.
Scammers never stop and will do whatever they can to get your information. Some examples of what to be looking out for are spoofed phone calls, suspicious emails or texts, computer pop-ups, requests for urgent wire transfers or gift card purchases. If you are suspicious of fraud or a scam, always call your bank about the situation. Bruning Bank wants you to stay safe and be diligent about keeping your information secure. Our staff is trained to deal with any type of situation and is happy to help or answer any questions you may have. Bruning Bank. Build, grow, thrive. Member FDIC.
There are plenty of reasons why so many folks choose the Tumbleweed Cafe for gathering and eating. For one, it's a friendly, fun place where everyone makes you feel right at home. It's spacious and comfortable with your choice of table, counter, or booth. Most important, of course, is the variety and unfailing quality of their excellent home-cooked menu. There's nothing like proving these things for yourself. Next time you plan to dine out, visit the Tumbleweed Cafe, East Highway 2, Broken Bow.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Just want to let you know that I love the show.
I love what you guys are doing in the morning. It makes my day so much better.
KCNI, KBBN Radio.
8:43. Brent and Dave with you here on this Tuesday. Brent has a note in his hand. Good old-fashioned piece of paper.
Yes. Oh, Dave and I still like those. Just a good old-fashioned piece of paper with a note on it. Another birthday, Dave. Another celebrity to celebrate. Ladies and gentlemen, Dwayne Briner is celebrating a birthday today.
What song would we want to play for Dwayne?
I have no idea. I don't know.
I'll have to think about that.
Okay. All right. Happy birthday, Dwayne. Hope you have a good day.
Yeah, have a good one, Dwayne. Just maybe have some popcorn and look out the window.
Oh, there you go.
Relax a little bit. If you're able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
They've been on, I don't know. The Briners just like to work. They can't help themselves.
Yes. Yeah.
It's a bad thing to have, Dwayne, but enjoy.
Yeah, there you go. Take it easy today.
Yeah, take it easy. Take it easy. Mark Stock sent us a report. We'll get that on in the 9 o'clock hour this morning. He's running a little behind, and I imagine they're having some weather there as well.
I'm sure, yeah.
If he's at home. So we'll get Mark Stock on here in just a little bit. In the meantime, one more song going back to the Garage Band days when Mr. Stidham probably was watching to make sure all the kids behaved at the sock hop.
Now, back in those days, was it required that you be so far apart when you dance?
Well, during that period of time, I was a little younger, so I wasn't really, I was watching the band and watching, like juniors and seniors seemed like they were like 30 years old.
Oh, yeah, right.
And I guess I thought it was all right if they wanted to get close. Yeah. But I don't know.
I just didn't know if there was a time, way back when where real close dancing wasn't necessarily approved of.
What'd you call it?
I just didn't know.
We had names for dancing close.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think one of them was the California. When you danced close together, you were doing the California.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Growing up, it was just slow dance.
Slow dance, yeah.
For us.
There was another one. I'm not sure I should mention that one on the air. But anyway, this was one you wouldn't dance close, I don't think, unless, you couldn't help it. You couldn't stay apart, but it'd be hard to dance slow to this one. But this was another big garage band song that would have been played. Because most bands back then, like the Wild Childs, I remember the Wild Childs. They had pretty good number of songs they could play, but some of the other bands, maybe 3-4 songs.
Mm-hmm.
And so you'd hear a lot of the same songs over again, but you didn't care.
Yeah.
And this is one that you heard all the time.
All right.
8:58, and we will be reviewing changes due to the weather coming up right after the 9 o'clock weather and news.
That sounds good. There are some new ones, I believe, that have come in. So,
Okay.
yeah, we'll update you.
All right. Could you do me a favor then?
I can try.
Could you talk to the Ruski over here for me?
Oh.
We have to play the Crystal Chandelier, the song Crystal Chandelier. I believe the association did that, but that was one that you could get a little close dancing
That's
to.
not the one that Charlie Pride did, is it?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. So who's the band, you think, or the group, or the artist, whatever?
The association, I believe.
The
But I could be wrong.
association.
Yeah. Crystal
All right.
Chandelier.
All right. Well, let's see. Let's see if she's up and at 'em or not.
Yeah.
Okay. Alexa, good morning. Yep, didn't want to get out today. Didn't want to brave the weather.
Yeah, I got everything hooked up here. I'm pretty
Okay,
sure.
let's try it again. Alexa, good morning. Uh-oh.
Yeah, she's online.
I don't know, Dave.
What are you doing, sleeping?
Yep. Didn't want to brave the weather today. Not that I necessarily blame her, to be honest with you. I mean, again, if you don't have to absolutely go out today, don't.
Especially in cars. We're hearing more and more about cars getting stuck, and that's going to cause some problems out there. So if you're taking a car, you're probably in for maybe a longer day than you want. So kind of figure something else out. If you would, please. News is next.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KPBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Buffalo Bills player Damar Hamlin still in critical condition after a hard hit caused a cardiac arrest last night against Cincinnati. Medics performed CPR on him to restore his heart rate for about 10 minutes. CBS medical contributor Dr. David Agus.
They started CPR right away, which is great. My hope is they were able to restore the heart rate soon enough to be able to get blood flow to the brain so there's no damage there.
Strong storms are hitting several states today in the Central Plains and Midwest. Weather Channel meteorologist Jim Cantori's tracking it.
As oftentimes is the case when these systems come from the Pacific, we get these two-headed monsters, a winter side and a severe side down to the south.
Parts of Arkansas got hit yesterday. And in Washington, Republicans are set to take over the House and elect a new speaker. CBS's Linda Kenyon.
Republican Kevin McCarthy will need 218 votes to prevail, and 5 conservative members of his own caucus have said they will not vote in his favor.
CBS News Brief. I'm Monica Ricks.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Nick Cope.
The Buffalo Bills say safety Damar Hamlin suffered cardiac arrest and had his heartbeat restored on the field during Monday's game against the Bengals. He is currently sedated and in critical condition at the University of Cincinnati Medical Center. The team returned to Buffalo overnight, and the game remains postponed. In college football at the Rose Bowl, Penn State pulled away from Utah 35-21. It's the second Rose Bowl win for the Nittany Lions. At the Cotton Bowl, Tulane scored 16 points in the final 4 minutes, stunning USC 46-45. In the NBA, Cavs All-Star Donovan Mitchell scored a franchise record 71 points in a 145-134 comeback win against the Bulls. It's the most points by an NBA player since Kobe Bryant scored 81 in 2006. And in college basketball, Rutgers handed number 1 Purdue their first loss of the season, 65-64.
Here's your weatherology forecast. A winter storm warning is currently in effect until early this afternoon. Snow showers likely today, staying cloudy with our high nearing 29. North winds between 20 and 25 and gusting as high as 40. Some blowing snow possible early tonight, then mostly cloudy with a low around 17. Northwest winds still between 15 and 20 and gusting as high as 30. Mostly cloudy throughout Wednesday with a high of 29. Northwest winds still gusting as high as 30. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Kara Foster.
News and weather was brought to you today by Custer Electric and Irrigation in Broken Bow. Custer Electric and Irrigation, your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer, has the offerings you're looking for this winter to prepare for next year. As you know, every season brings new focuses. Here are theirs right now. Specials on driveline conversions, sprinkler packages, and winter maintenance specials, to name a few. If you've worked with Custer Electric and Irrigation in the past, you know that they want to get you taken care of the right way at the best price possible. They encourage you to get the work you need done scheduled as soon as possible because prices are rapidly increasing for a lot of supplies. Plus, that schedule book can only get so full. Don't forget licensed electrical work you might need done too on ag, commercial, and residential applications. Ask for a free quote. Custer Electric and Irrigation, your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer in Broken Bow, serving the whole area with electrical, agricultural, and commercial services. Call today at 872-7786. Follow them on Facebook or visit custerei.com. Custer Electric and Irrigation. Experience the difference.
And thank you to Custer Electric and Irrigation for bringing you weather and news at 9. I'm going to see if my memory's working.
Okay.
I didn't take my sheet with me, so 24 degrees, cloudy skies, although you mentioned it's a little brighter sky right now.
A little, kind of looked like the sun was trying to peek through a cloud, maybe.
Wind's still a factor pushing that snow around. Barometric pressure at 29.66. That's up 1 point. Humidity at 93%. Wow, I remembered that.
Oh, good job, Dave.
92 hundredths precipitation measured at 7 o'clock this morning. And as we mentioned, in our hearts, we believe we probably got more than that. But when we get a wind and you get the ice and you melt it down with all the different mixes there, I'm not sure we collected it all. But the Broken Bow Airport, last I looked, had 70 hundredths precipitation. So, you know, somewhere around an inch, you think?
Yeah.
All right. Now, what do you have for us, Mr. Apperson?
All right, let's go through your weather-related announcements. Let me hit the refresh button first. Okay, here we go. American Family Insurance, Broken Bow, planning to open at 10 a.m. Blaine County Courthouse, Brewster, closed. Bow Bootery in Broken Bow, hoping to open at around 1 o'clock this afternoon. Broken Bow Chamber Office, they'll plan to open at around 10 this morning. Broken Bow Chiropractic is closed today. Bruning State Bank in Broken Bow has now pushed back their opening time today. Bruning State Bank in Broken Bow now planning to open at 1 o'clock this afternoon. Callaway Hospital Public Transit Service, no vans running today. The note says office open, but no vans running for Callaway Hospital Public Transit Service. Callaway Medical Clinic is closed today. Callaway Public Schools closed today, no school or activities. We are also informed that there will be no school for students at Thetford Public School today. A lot of the other area schools had planned to take today off anyway, which worked out good. Let's see, some other information we've been informed of. Central Nebraska Medical Clinic in Broken Bow closed today. City of Broken Bow planning to get offices open at 10 o'clock this morning. Costa's Styling Salon in Broken Bow now closed for today. Other information, Custer County Courthouse and the Judicial Center in Broken Bow all closed today. Custer Federal State Bank, Broken Bow branch, hoping to open at 10 o'clock this morning. Edward Jones office in Broken Bow planning to open at 10. Farm Bureau in Broken Bow closed today. The First Interstate Bank, this would be Ord, Broken Bow, Burwell, and Callaway branches, all planning to open at 10 o'clock this morning. Let's see some other announcements. Hare Teak in Broken Bow listed as closed today. Let's see, Loop Basin Public Health Department, Burwell, Nebraska, their shot clinic has been rescheduled for Thursday, January 5th. Sounds like if you have an appointment, they'll call you. If there's any problems, give them a call at 308-346-5795. Maple Park Dental in Broken Bow, planning to open at 1 o'clock this afternoon. Myers Iron and Salvage and the transfer station in Broken Bow all closed today. Nebraska State Bank, looks like all branches in the area now hoping to open at noon today. That's Nebraska State Bank. Pearson Physical Therapy in Broken Bow closed today. Prairie Eye Care Center in Broken Bow closed. Prairie Pioneer Center in Broken Bow closed. Precious Angels Daycares all closed today. Quilting Shack, and Quilting Shack and Smoke Shack in Broken Bow closed today. Sherman County Senior Center in Loop City is closed today. And the Exchange 2 in Broken Bow closed today. And I think that updates us.
All right, thank you, Brent. Also, again, we want you to know that you should have power now. All customers through Custer Public Power that are served by the Safranic, Gates, Myrna, Anderson, and Anselmo substations, you should have power. If you do not, and you're listening on a battery radio or on your phone, call them at 888-749-2453 to report your outage. If you don't have power back and are served by those substations, give them a call at 888-749-2453. And good job out there to the guys. They didn't take long getting things switched around. I'm sure they have further repairs to make. Now, Jeremy, he's arrived, and we asked, he didn't have power at his house, and he lives east of Kincaider's on the Paulson Road.
Right. Mm.
So there might be some outages here in the immediate Broken Bow area. But Jeremy, because his wife's an accountant and takes care of all the bills, really didn't know whether he was on city power or rural power. So we definitely can't tell you exactly what the grid is there. But you may be having some power problems in and around Broken Bow. And if so, then, and you know you're with the city, then you'll need to contact the city about that. But I think if that's the case, at this point in time, they're probably aware of the outages. But, you know, I don't want to overflow the dispatcher office either. But outages are possible, and continued outages with this ice that came ahead and the winds. Those lines get to flopping back and forth, and they'll take themselves out without even a limb when the wind's blowing and you've got ice on them. So we could have some more outages, you know, throughout this day.
Mm-hmm. And the winter storm warning is still in effect
until at least noon today.
Yeah.
Right. And we could see a couple more inches of snow before it's all said and done. And we figure we've got somewhere 6 or 7 inches down on the ground with all that moisture ahead. So that's the situation that we are in. Thanks to Mr. Stidham's birthday, we're back at the gymnasium enjoying a sock hop together.
All right.
Now, one of the other songs that every band during that period of time did, they had to do this one. There was you were not a garage band if you couldn't do this song.
Okay.
You had to do this one to qualify.
has been found. These gorgeous gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck in the late 1800s, and less than 50 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this gold find an incredible opportunity. Call 1-800-935-7267 and you are guaranteed a $10 gold Liberty coin minted by the U.S. Mint in the 1800s. But with extremely limited availability, you must call now. These gold Liberty coins from the 1800s are still in uncirculated condition. That is history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-935-7267. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $40 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-935-7267 now to secure your $10 gold Liberty coins dated from the 1800s before they sell out. That's 1-800-935-7267.
Hello, everybody, and Happy New Year. We kick off 2023, and I know it's probably going to take a couple weeks to get used to saying 2023, but today at 1 o'clock this afternoon, we've got some feeder cattle selling on BigIron.com. There's 44 head of black and red Charolais Angus crossbred feeder steers selling out of Syracuse, Kansas. We've got 90 head of black and red Angus cross feeder steers. These are selling out of Syracuse, Kansas as well. They're weighing 480 pounds. The 44 head I mentioned before, they're estimated to be 580 pounds. And if you go to Big Iron, you'll see how the sliding pay scale works. There's also 33 head of black Angus steers weighing about 600 pounds, selling out of Hildreth, Nebraska. And we've got some black Angus feeder heifers selling out of Hildreth as well. They're weighing about 575 pounds. Now, these animals sell today to the highest bidder, once again, onto the Big Iron website at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So don't worry about the snow and the ice. All you have to do is have an internet connection. And if your internet is slow, just use your cell phone on your data services, folks, and you can be participating in this online auction selling feeder cattle today. And then tomorrow, folks, we've got the first machinery auction of 2023. So January the 4th will feature some really nice construction equipment. There's a 1987 Caterpillar D5H LGP dozer selling out of Minnesota. Same seller also has a Link Belt 240LX excavator. This is a long-reach excavator, folks, so check that out. There's a John Deere 4010 LP two-wheel drive tractor selling out of Eagle, Nebraska. In South Dakota, there's a Case 1845C skid steer that will sell. There's a really nice Kiefer Golden Hawk tandem axle livestock trailer with a dressing room selling out of Lindsay, Nebraska here on the sale. And if you're into Massey Ferguson plows, there's a 3-point plow selling in Wakefield, Nebraska, that is in very good condition. It's almost museum quality. There's a Summers Ultimate NT pull-type sprayer that will sell in Montana. We've just got a lot of equipment, folks. There's a Kubota compact utility track loader with a backhoe selling out of Waterloo. We've got a lot of skid steer attachments that will sell. We've got push blades. We've got sweeper selling. We've got stump grinders. We've got ice scraper attachments that are selling as well. All of this equipment to fit on the front of your skid steer. We've also got some snow pushers. So if you need something to get some snow pushed around in Bellwood, Nebraska, you can find a skid steer mounted snow blade for the front of that machine. Balin Manufacturing also selling quite a few items on the sale here tomorrow. So please dial up those items, gates and tanks and building supplies that will sell to the highest bidder here on the Big Iron sale. Then Thursday of this week, folks, we've got some real estate that's selling 400 acres. Selling in 3 different tracts in Boone County, Nebraska, over by Petersburg. East of Petersburg, Nebraska, there's 2 160-acre parcels and an 80-acre parcel that will sell. And this land, folks, is going to be sold to the highest bidder on Thursday, January the 5th. And Rex Mahoney is the real estate agent handling this process. There's pivot irrigated land that is being sold. And Rex will be at the Cardinal Inn Hotel in Albion, Nebraska on Thursday morning to answer any questions and offer any bidding assistance. This is the Herman A. Kavami Estate sale. And folks, if you're looking for good quality land located east of Petersburg, Nebraska, right along the highway, just a half a mile north of Highway 32, Rex Mahoney is the guy that can help you out. So those are the activities that are going on this week. And then, boy, I tell you what, Dewey has some outstanding equipment and land and livestock selling here as we kick off the rest of January and going into February. So some unbelievable opportunities to buy quality equipment, some really nice farms, And we're listing equipment and land to sell now in 2023 as we speak. I know we look outside the window today and nobody wants to go out there and list equipment. So, but you can still call your area reps so they can get you scheduled. We've got a lot of things that are in the makings right now, as 2023 will be another big year. We're expecting these hot prices to continue into 2023. A lot of people deferred a lot of their income over into this calendar year. Now they're getting those checks in the mail. They're picking them up at the co-ops and the grain elevators. So if you've got equipment to sell, if you've got land to sell, if you've got livestock you would like to sell, if you've got some of your classic vehicles you would like to sell, folks, pick up the phone and give us a call, 1-800-937-3558. And if you're using your cell phone, no use to use that toll-free number anymore, because you're paying a monthly fee for how many calls you make regardless of the calls. Our regular number is 402-678-2411. That's 402-678-2411, or go to bigiron.com. And from there you can click on the Sell My Equipment or Sell Your Item button that's located on the Big Iron website, or you can go to Save My Date at bigiron.com and send us an email. That's savemydate at bigiron.com. That's what's going on this week, guys. Looking forward to talking to you again next week.
Some things just naturally go together, like a dog and his bone, apple pie and ice cream, or starter fertilizer and Tapera Plus HD in-furrow fungicide insecticide from UPL. Patented technology makes Tapera Plus HD super compatible with starter fertilizers. And its fully loaded formula provides for more consistent crop uniformity, enhanced vigor, and maximum yield potential in corn. Ask your retailer about Tapera Plus HD from UPL, and always read and follow label directions. Glyphosate-resistant weeds are a growing problem for soybean growers. Intermock herbicide from UPL is a powerful combination of glufosinate and S-metolachlor for immediate, long-lasting, and overlapping residual control of tough broadleaves and grasses in glufosinate-tolerant soybeans, including Palmer Amaranth, water hemp, lamb's quarter, and more. Ask your retailer about Intermock, the 2-in-1 herbicide solution from UPL, and always read and follow label directions.
9:23 is your time, and we will conclude the breakfast show pretty much on time today, if there is such a thing. we don't usually try to hit the end of the show very carefully, but I think we've covered everything, unless you want to recap, Brent.
Sure, yeah, I can hit the refresh button here, and we'll go through your weather-related announcements one more time. And again, we'll try to do this on the radio for you at the top of each hour moving forward. But again, as we receive information, or in a lot of cases now, updated information, businesses called earlier today were hoping to get open by 10. Now some of those have pushed their open time back. So when we receive information, we immediately post it for you on sandhillsexpress.com. Just go to the weather tab and click on closings. But on the radio, we'll try to give you hourly updates on the announcements that we have. Recapping what we do have at this time, American Family Insurance in Broken Bow showing opening at 10 o'clock this morning. Blaine County Courthouse in Brewster closed. Bo Bootery in Broken Bow hoping to open around 1 o'clock today. Broken Bow Chamber Office looking at a 10 o'clock open today. Broken Bow Chiropractic is closed today. Broken Bow Public Library will try to open at noon today. Bruning State Bank in Broken Bow, they now plan to open at 1 o'clock this afternoon. Callaway Hospital Public Transit Service, no vans running. The note says office open, but no vans running for Callaway Hospital Public Transit Service. Callaway Medical Clinic is closed today. Let's see, other announcements for our immediate listening area. Central Nebraska Medical Clinic in Broken Bow closed today. City of Broken Bow plan to get offices opened up around 10 o'clock this morning. Costa's Styling Salon in Broken Bow is closed. Other information, Custer County Courthouse and the Judicial Center in Broken Bow both closed today. Custer Federal State Bank, Broken Bow branch, looking to open at 10 o'clock this morning. Edward Jones office in Broken Bow, 10 o'clock open. Farm Bureau in Broken Bow is closed today. The First Interstate Bank, branches in Callaway, Ord, Burwell, and Broken Bow, all planning to open at 10 o'clock this morning. Let's see, Heritage in Broken Bow closed today. Other announcements we've been informed of: Loop Basin Public Health Department in Burwell, no shot clinic today. That's been rescheduled for Thursday, January 5th. Maple Park Dental in Broken Bow will try to open at 1 o'clock today. Myers Iron and Salvage and the transfer station in Broken Bow all closed today. Nebraska State Bank, all branches plan to open now at noon today. That's all area branches of the Nebraska State Bank planning to open now at noon. Pearson Physical Therapy in Broken Bow closed today. The Prairie Eye Care Center in Broken Bow is closed. The Prairie Pioneer Center in Broken Bow is closed. Quilting Shack and Smoke Shack in Broken Bow both closed today. Sherman County Senior Center in Loop City is closed today. And the Exchange 2 in Broken Bow is closed today.
Thank you, Brent, and thanks for your help today. Thanks for coming out, and thanks to Kristen for driving here from Berwyn and getting the front office manned, and Jeremy is here, and we'll filter in the rest of the crew as they can get here safely.
Sounds good.
And that's what people are doing out there.
Yes, and that's what we encourage you to do.
I will attempt to turn up the power on KBBN very soon, and if you hear white noise, as they call it, that means I'll have to readjust things. I like telling you people what's going on here because it's your radio station. That's the way I feel about it.
There you go.
Now, this came in, I believe, from Mr. Jeff Evans. And says, you have played 2 of the 7 songs our garage band knew back then.
Nice.
I wonder what the other ones were. I'm going to guess. I know House of the Rising Sun, Jeff's band played. Jeff and Nick Dean and some
Well,
of
I
the
think
guys.
you made the comment. That was a song you had to play.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And I'm guessing Glory Up was probably the other one.
Okay.
Everybody did that. I was going to play a one from the I can't remember it now. It's coming to me. Paul Revere and the Raiders.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if they did any Raiders songs. That might have been after those guys were done. As I remember the name of the group at that time, I think they were called the Last Half of the Fifth.
Nice.
I think. Now, Jack Mandeville, who listens frequently, doesn't live here in Broken Bow all the time. He comes up and does some carpenter work. Jack Mandeville Carpenter, an old friend that we spent time with in the 9 Ball Studios down in Cozad back in the day when Bob Bowles and Alfalfa Blue and the guys from Stranded and Skyotes, we'd go down and get together, and Jack stayed at our house overnight one night when he was up with the band and got out his guitar and did a little strumming. He is celebrating a birthday today. I didn't know what Jack. He's just about a year younger than me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So Jack, this one's for you, my old friend. That closes the show today. We'll be back tomorrow morning if the creek don't rise too far. Right?
Yes.
All right. Thanks for your help, Brent.
You bet, Dave.